Bryan Arnett right now, and we're driving a new vehicle, new for '09. This is the Lancer Ralliart from Mitsubishi. Bryan, give me the lowdown. What's the deal with Ralliart?
Well, Ralliart's our performance tuned brand for Mitsubishi, and this is probably one of the most aggressively spec'd Ralliart vehicles that we've introduced yet to the United States. This is a turbocharged 2-liter motor. Actually, it's the detuned version of the Lancer Evolution motor, mated with the full-time all-wheel drive with our active center differential technology. It's a great car at a great price.
Yeah, I can already see like the tuner crowd. They're thinking to themselves, wait a second, this is kind of like an Evolution, but it's probably not as expensive as an Evolution. This is sort of bridging the gap between the basic Lancer and the top line, full out race, let's go to the racetrack Evolution. So this really does bridge that gap. Talk about how it sort of grabs a little bit from each.
Well, yeah. In fact, that was actually the strategy, was to produce a vehicle that did bridge the gap between our Lancer GTS, which features a 2.4-liter motor, almost the same characteristics as the previous generation Lancer, and the all-new, Evolution 10, which is 291 horsepower. This is a perfect fit, slots right in between those vehicles.
Well, I think one of the big things that'll jump out to people is obviously the exterior design. There are some touches that you've done to the Ralliart that really distinguish it from the basic Lancer, and almost, if you didn't know what you were looking at, you might think, is that the new Evolution? Talk a little bit about the exterior.
Yeah, I do get that a lot. Basically, the exterior does carry over some of the components from the Lancer Evolution. Most notably is the aluminum hood. The aluminum hood is a carryover from the Lancer Evolution 10 model year, but that is really the only sheet metal that's carried over from the Lancer Evolution. The Ralliart model gets a completely unique front fascia, which gives it a much more aggressive look than the base Lancer, and also utilizes a new rear fascia, which showcases the dual exhaust system on this vehicle.
Okay, so in terms of power, there's quite a few similarities between the motor in the Ralliart and the one you'd find in the Evolution, but one of the things that I think is neat is that you've carried over the twin clutch transmission. In fact, so I'm going to floor it here, pretty quick reaction, and tell us about the transmission in the Ralliart.
Well, yeah, the twin clutch transmission is what we believe to be the future of automatic manumatic transmissions. This transmission is the latest technology from Mitsubishi. It features a twin clutch technology. There's one clutch on odd gears and one clutch on even gears. So it provides lightning quick shifts and is 100% computer controlled, either by a computer or you can switch it over to manual mode and do the shifting yourself. Its behavior is almost exactly like a manual transmission. However, in stop-and-go traffic, or when you just feel like you want to kind of kick back a little bit, drop it into D and let the computer do the work.
And if I flip this switch right here, what does that do? Switches into sports?
Right. So with this transmission, you have two modes. You have normal mode, which basically is designed for freeway driving and everyday use. And then when you get the vehicle out on the twisties in the canyon, drop it into sport mode, and you'll find the transmission is shifting even quicker and rev matching on the D cells, just like you would driving a little more aggressively with a manual transmission. It's like having a race driver built right into your gearbox. It really knows where to shift and when to shift better than the average driver ever would.
Tell us about all-wheel drive and how it relates to the Ralliart Lancer.
Well, this all-wheel drive system it's a mechanical system. This system utilizes our active center differential technology and a front helical limited slip, as well as a 1.5-way rear mechanical system. The system also utilizes a proprietary system of networks in the vehicle, including steering angle sensors and wheel speed sensors, and a lot of sensors that take in all of the vehicle information, calculate that information with a proprietary software program that Mitsubishi has developed and provides the optimal traction.
Tell us about the interior.
Well, the interior of the vehicle is based off of the Lancer GTS series of the vehicle. We've obviously added some Lancer Evolution elements to it, including the Sport Touch small sport type steering wheel that's borrowed from the Lancer Evolution MR. Has a smaller diameter, which provides a little bit more sporty feeling in terms of driving dynamics. The Ralliart comes standard with the regular sport bucket seat found on the Lancer GTS, but you can option up to the Recaro Sport package, which adds the Recaro front bucket seats borrowed from the Lancer Evolution GSR. It also adds high-intensity discharge headlamps, 650 watt Rockford Fosgate sound system as well. So it's a great package, and we think it's going to be a good seller for this vehicle.
What would it take for me to buy a Ralliart and bring it up to Evo spec? Is that even possible?
I think by the time you actually, modify this vehicle up to Evolution standards, you would have probably exceeded the price of an Evolution. Furthermore, the Evolution suspension geometry is completely different on this vehicle. It actually has a 2-inch wider track, and its all-wheel drive system is just absolutely world-class. So while this vehicle does have some resemblance to the Evolution series of vehicle, in terms of capability, the Evolution is still at the top and is still the pinnacle of the family of high-performance vehicles of Mitsubishi.
As a guy who's a little bit of an affinity for tuner cars, I would be tempted to want to push it to the Evolution side of things, but honestly, this is shaping up to be a pretty fun car in and of its own right. So maybe I'll just leave it as is and go have some fun right now. All right, so we're driving along Mulholland Drive here at a pretty good clip, and while it's not as sharp as the Lancer Evolution, the Ralliart version of the Lancer is still a really fun car to drive. We're coming up to a stop here, the brakes feel pretty good, and when you mash the throttle pedal, the turbocharger kicks in, good acceleration, the all-wheel drive is gripping for traction, and in the corners, again, not quite as sharp as the Evolution, but for somebody who's looking for a less expensive option and still plenty of fun to drive on the road, I think the Ralliart's a winner. For more automotive news, please visit the latest news section of kbb.com.